Welcome back to this edition of our Positive Word. I trust that you're okay and in good health. Thank you for joining me. God is greater. God is the greatest. There is no comparison. There is no competition. He's great all by himself. Having known God for myself for so many years now, I can confidently declare that he is absolutely greater than all other gods, powers, situations, things that anybody else has presented. I haven't tried so many of them, but I know this because I have seen and heard about people who have tried others and have failed woefully. I am so glad to be related, to be a child, to be connected to this God who is the greatest, who is just all by himself, the most potent power in the world. The Psalms says in chapter 147, verse 5, our God is great and very powerful. There is no limit to what he knows. The omnipotent, the omnipresent, and the omniscient. Show me another God who is like that, who can be everywhere at the same time, who knows everything and all powerful. I will wait. God's understanding, God's knowledge, God's power are infinite, no limit. They are beyond measure or comparison. The vastness of his power is absolute. When we try to comprehend it by our human mind, we go crazy. This is why those who could not understand it just decide to take the easy way out and say, there is no God. Entitled to your opinion, as I am entitled to mine. I will not argue with you, but I will say this to you. Come, I will tell you and prove to you the greatness, the potency of this God who is my Father. I challenge you today to remove your focus from all of those conditions, the people, the pains, the hurt, the sorrow that looks so gigantic in your own eyes. When you put your eyes on the God that I'm talking to you about, then you can fully see his greatness. Don't be distracted by those problems. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10 tells us, finally be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. God is the all-powerful, mighty. His potency has no limit. We cannot measure it. The one who causes the oceans to tumble and roll, who tells the sun, go, that's where you should rise and that's where you should set, who organizes the seasons that none of them clash. Come on, dearly beloved, this is a powerful God. God's greatness can never reach its limit. There is no capacity. There is none. God's greatness, his power is just too awesome for us to comprehend. But I thank him for giving us the grace, making us his own. First John chapter 4 verse 4 says, greater is he who is in me than who is in the world. There is a force that's going about manipulating, but they can never rival the power of this great God that I'm presenting to you today. The efficacy of God's power is above human comprehension. Dearly beloved, just trust God. Trust him. Hand over all those situations, the condition, the problems to him. He is greater than them. When you look at it and nurse and nurture these problems, they stand and rise and become like giants before you. Hand them over to the God who is greater than everything else. God is the greatest, mightier than all your problems, mightier than governments, than the biggest corporations in the world, than anything you know. God is the greatest. I present him to you today. If you do not know him, he's calling on you. Come, test and see that this God is good and he wants the best for you. Because of his greatness, I am who I am today. I am where I am today. And I am looking forward to the days ahead because I have God, the greatest, the mightiest, the all-powerful, as my own Papa. I thank you for joining me today. May we all be able to run to God when we need Him because He is there waiting to embrace us. God bless you.